Good day, everybody. We are back again. This is the second part of the show, the Big R Solution Sports Program, every Tuesday and every Saturday morning and the lunchtime. So, as you know, that I'm always with my two comrades. Maybe I should call them comrades this time. Jackie Ntwentle Selematsela, together with Last Born. And then, guys, welcome to the show.
Tao, thank you very much for welcoming us. And thank you very much for having us as well. And I'd like to greet the viewers at home. Thank you for supporting us, guys. Tao, back to you.
Tsepa, can you greet the viewers?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shabalala. Afternoon to the viewers out there. We can't wait to give them the part 2 special of our show. So I hope they enjoy the show. Thank you very much.
While you're still there, I want to say, guys, I was so excited today. That was yesterday. Late, I got a voice note from Fraser. We haven't heard from Fraser for a very long time. Nice. He was sick, man. That's the thing. And guys, while I'm still there, I'm starting the show on a very sad note. You know, Jason is with us. Jason is the one, after the show, he's the one who's putting it together, editing and doing everything. Jason has lost his grandfather. This happened on Saturday, and Jason is also not well. But the good news is, irrespective of ill health, he always tries by all means that he packages the show and, post it as expected. So I'm going to ask you guys just for a moment of silence, just for a few seconds, as a tribute to the old man. Thank you, guys. May his soul rest in peace. Yeah, you know, these things, they do happen. We don't like them, but they do happen. We are not in charge of the world. The world has its owner, which is God. Those who are Christians, we know that God is in charge. So if it happens according to God's will, let it be, all right? Because we may not get the answers now. We may not know why it has happened that way. So let's allow things unfold, but we'll get answers as time goes on. Guys, my name is the Sobre Boy Songalefatse from the Big R as usual. There are a whole lot of news that we want to discuss, a lot of news locally. And then that tribute that we did will also, the moment of silence, will also dedicate that one to Mr. Cyril Kobus. You know, Mr. Cyril Kobus was there when they started the NSL. And then I'm sure, Jackie, you know Mr. Cyril Kobus. Last born might not know him. He was famous to say, the premier talker, look, as he talked, that's how he used to speak. Like an old principal, those principal, when they speak, they would always emphasize some of the words. That's how Mr. Cyril Kobus, that was his trademark. So, and now it has just happened in a short space of time, immediately after Abdul Bamji passed on. I think it's 6 months in between. And these are the guys who were there at the formation of NSL. So now they've passed on. We know that the baton has already been passed to people like Dr. Ivan Koza, Mr. Kaiser Mtaung, and so on. So yeah, so that era is gone. Now we are in the new era. So they do happen, these things. So guys, what are the news? Jackie?
Yeah, well, I'll start a little bit in our local football. We've got some interesting news. Former Kaizer Chiefs coach, Mr. Gavin Hunt, it is rumored that he has signed for a premiership team in Zambia. The name of the team is known as Zanaco. So he has signed a contract with that particular team. So we'll keep looking to that situation as well. And then also, it is rumored that there's about 8 to 10 players who are having their contract expiring on Wednesday in the Kaizer Chiefs camp. However, there's some progress that has been announced in terms of some of those players. A player like Bernard Parker, who has plenty of experience during the years, and he has now been at Kaizer Chiefs for a decade, and they've already given him an extension of 1 year. Willard Katsande as well, they've given him an extension of 1 year. We're still waiting for confirmation on Lebogang Manyama. And then Kama Billiard, they've also given him another year of extension. And then we're still waiting for a confirmation on Bruce Bavuma. And then Itumeleng Kune as well, he has been given another year on his contract extension, and which is a great news indeed. And then also still on the Kaizer Chiefs camp, it is rumored that Moroka Solos, former Moroka Solos player, which is Nobo, he has already signed for Kaizer Chiefs. He has agreed with the Kaizer Chiefs, and then also Moroka Solos has placed a formal let me put it as a request to sign Zulu from Kaizer Chiefs. So we'll keep waiting for that. And then it is also rumored that Orlando Pirates, you know what, that issue of Orlando Pirates, it's very, it's not been confirmed yet. But according to my reliable sources, it is rumored that Zimbabwe has been fired. He has been fired, and then that's why now they are talking to Sundowns with an intention of getting Steve Kombela to be the head coach at Orlando Pirates, because Zimbabwe is not coming back. However, that is still a rumor at the moment, because the team hasn't confirmed anything yet. Yeah, without any waste of time, guys, in a nutshell, that's all I've got for our local football at the moment. And let me come back to you, my brother, so that we can have another direction.
All right. This is the time whereby signings are being done. And then
Yes.
we'll hear the news. Remember, I think, when is the closing date of signing? End of July or end of August?
End of August.
End of August. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting between now and end of August. We're going to watch very close, especially when you remember that a team like Kaizer Chiefs, for instance, they could not sign. So we want to see who are they going to sign to beef up the squad, all right? And then, yeah, and then at the same time, I want to take my hats off to Arthur Zwane. He has done extremely well. You know, remember he was in charge of the ship for the last few games. You know, immediately after Coach Gavin Hunt was given the boot, Arthur Zwane made sure that Kaizer Chiefs qualify for top 8. Arthur Zwane made sure that they go to the finals. He should be congratulated. He has 100%. He has won all his games that he played as a coach. So a big up to Arthur Zwane. And then it goes back to what I normally say, let's give our former players a chance to be in charge of these teams. And then so that they plow back what they've learned. So that's me. And then remember, I may be wrong. You may have your own views. What's your take? Quick one before we go to the Euro. I'm saying the local guys need to be given opportunity. We still have a lot of people like Khabo Zondo. He does not have a team. Maybe they need to consider people like that. Not only Khabo Zondo. There are a lot of people who are doing well as coaches. I don't know. Maybe Jerry Kosana will coach his team because he's got a team. And then we want to see. There's a whole lot of people like Page Mashang. Let them be given the opportunity. Let's see. Let them prove themselves. I don't know. What's your take, guys?
That's that's a very valid point, Mr. Shabalala, because overseas, these clubs normally do that. It's like Barcelona. You don't just coach Barcelona if you haven't played for the team before. So they give the ex-players a chance to come and, and take charge and give in the knowledge and the experience within the team because they know the culture of the team. So I think with that, it makes things easier. It's like Arthur Zwane, what he's doing for Kaizer Chiefs is very good, very brilliant. So he understands the team, he knows the culture of the team. So it becomes easier for such ex-players to dwell in the team and and take charge and lead. So I think teams should give more opportunities in terms of our former players, our former legends, and just give them the platform, given the chance if there's a spot available, just to prove themselves. So yeah, I totally agree with that point.
Hey, Jackie, what's your take?
My brother, I agree with you, Tsepang and Yutau. But at the same time, all I'm also saying is that it's not a matter of because somebody is a legend, they must just accept, they must expect things to happen. No, they must also empower themselves. They must also have qualifications. They must go out there and get information, and then so that they can be able to transmit that information to the next generation. Without information, we are doomed. They must also take the responsibility as well and make sure that they do things. Look at Quentin Fortune. Look at Benny McCarthy. Those are good examples that they have to follow. It's good that they are given opportunities, but they must also make sure that they attend courses, they empower themselves. That's what we want.
While you're still there, I'm very excited that Stephen Pinard is back at Ajax. He's coaching the lower teams at Ajax. Quentin Fortune is, capacitating himself. But people don't misconstrue me. I'm not saying Stuart Baxter should not be appointed. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. Okay? And then it's good that they are doing that because I think they've taken heed to that. They are empowering themselves. Yeah, your Rulani Mukwena is doing well. I think one day will be given the opportunity to take charge of the team on his own, and then let's see what he can produce. So it's very exciting to see those things happening. Benny McCarthy has just shown that he has learned a lot in Europe, and then he's plowing back what he has learned in Europe, and which is good. Now, while you're still there, let me ask this: what's happening with Lucas? I don't think Lucas is coaching, but I hear Lucas at some point wanted to coach Bafana, but I don't see Lucas, being committed, doing something with any of the team at a lower level or what have you. I don't know anything. Maybe I'm naive, guys. Maybe you have to educate me. What is Lucas doing?
The last time I checked, he was an ambassador for one of the prominent banks, and he's got some few companies that he's endorsed with.
No.
He's representing them.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking in terms of the football. At some point, I remember people were saying Lucas must be either the coach or the president of SAFA. All right. Then I was saying, I'm not against, but what is he doing to capacitate himself? I don't know whether you get my point. So being an ambassador of a bank or doing that, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking in terms of football. What is he doing in terms of football? Tsepang, do you know anything?
As far as I know, Mr. Shabalala, he's involved with Leeds. As far as I know, his involvement with Leeds United, his former team, it's very high there. So I know that he does a bit of work with them. I think it's even a lifetime contract with Leeds because he's involved with Leeds.
No. With Leeds, I know you were at some point. He was a part of the consortium that wanted to buy shares into Leeds at some point. But how did it end? How did it went? I don't know. All right. And get me clear, I'm not criticizing. I just want to know. Dr. Kumalo, we know Doctor has been there. Kaiser Chiefs development. Doctor has coached some teams, and Doctor was involved with NetBank's selection of players together with Cabo Zondo and Jerry Skosana. But my question is related to that. Now, as I'm saying, maybe we need to find out what Lucas is doing exactly.
Yeah, we need to find out, definitely. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, football-wise. We really need to find out because I've heard so many stories as well that he was supposed to be attending a meeting at SAFA and then he never pitched up or anything like that. We don't know how true is that, but I think we will find out, and then in the next show we will be able to deliver exactly what is it that is happening with Lucas currently.
Yeah, because why I'm asking this question, it's not good for people just to complain, oh, we are not giving a chance. Like you are saying, how do they capacitate themselves? As I've mentioned, I've seen Pinar is doing something, Quintin is doing something, Ben is doing something. Gavin Hunt is a former coach, he's a former player. We are excited about him, he's doing well as a coach. Guys, get it right. One mess in one season does not make Gavin Hunt a bad coach. He's a good coach. The mere fact that now in Zambia they want his service. He's a good coach, you know. And Gordon Ingersand was a good coach. He was a player. We saw what he did. I don't know. Where is Gordon? Is he still around? What is he doing?
Yeah, Gordon is working with a certain company. He's dealing with a certain development for another. I've just forgotten the name of the company, but he's doing very well with their development. Okay. But I heard him saying that he wants to come back to the PSA.
Okay, all right. Now that's all I was asking. That's all I was asking, guys. I'm giving you homework. Do your research. Let's find out what Lucas is doing. I hope good things are happening there at Leeds because we want those brains to come in and help out to build our football. I'm saying this because I was watching Spain yesterday playing against Croatia. I'm not a fan of the coach, Enrique. But what I like about Enrique has done, he has transformed that team. The majority of the players there are youngsters and they are playing, you know, and remember yesterday's game, at some point, Croatia was leading 1-0, all right? Then they came and equalized until it became 3-1 in favor of Spain. Then Croatia equalized. It was a thriller. It was an 8-goal thriller game. They equalized 3-3. Extra time, Spain scored 2 goals. But that's what I'm talking about, to see the team transforming, getting rid of the old players, bringing new players, but playing the same football. You look at Germany. Germany's got completely almost new players, but you know what? They are very competitive. Go to Portugal, hard luck, they couldn't win. They lost on Sunday. But the for me, I thought that Portugal was going to win. And then Cristiano Ronaldo, as usual, he was the star of. Had they continued up to the final, I can tell you would be talking a different story today. But unfortunately, it could not happen. But if you look at Portugal, a lot of players have been introduced there. You've got Fernandes there, doing well. The youngster who's playing for Atletico Madrid, Joao Felix, and you can see that they are forming something. Andre Silva, and then you can see that this team, even if they didn't win the Euro, Portugal are going to be a threat in the World Cup. You go to Italy, the same thing, all right? So that's the kind of transformation that we want to see. Yes, Bafana, I see we've got new players, and then but we still have a long way to go as far as Bafana is concerned. And it's not only Bafana, even at PSL. And I must allude to the fact that, as I said at some point, the visionary of Dr. Ivan Koza and his leadership to come up with MDC has really transformed, because of new players now, your Ngobo, the one that we were mentioning, okay, at Kaiser Chiefs, all these young players, all the guys that are playing there at Pirates, the young stars, it shows that that MDC is really transforming. Although I'm still complaining that what happened to the School of Excellence? Because the School of Excellence has produced the stars even today. We still dream to have those stars. So I'm still lamenting the fact that the School of Excellence was never taken care of. Instead, we saw the demise of the School of Excellence. So I don't know, guys, do you want to share some information? Let's look at Euro now.
Yes.
Anything that you want to share? The football that is being played in Euro, it's out of this world. It's out of this world.
Superb, my brother.
Let me tell you, it shows that if you bring the fans, it brings an element of motivation. You can imagine.
Absolutely.
You can imagine if Kaiser Chiefs had their fans, the second leg, what could have happened to the players? It brings some element of motivation to the players. The players don't want to disappoint. Although they are still playing well, irrespective of the fans are there or not. But the fans, they add extra motivation. Last one, what have you seen in terms of the Euro or football in general?
Mr. Shabalala, the Euros are very interesting. It's like watching a World Cup. It's like a World Cup tournament, personally. Day in, day out, there's so many goals, which is a good thing. I love goals. So all of these teams are actually surprising us. Germany nearly got an upset. It was so close that they didn't qualify, but they've managed. England as well. But England, personally, for me, England is a touching subject for me. I heard someone say that with England, they've a good squad, and they do so many youngsters and talented youngsters. They did so well in their respective clubs, but when they come to the national team, the English national team, it's a different, we'll say, ball game for them, because I don't know, they're struggling. They really can't get it together. The players, I really don't know what's going on, and they've got all the quality that they could possibly want, but it's just not. I don't know. It's not ticking for them. Yes, they are in the last 16, but it's not ticking for them. I really don't know what's the problem or what's missing. The players are not gelling, and that's one country that I really hope that would go far, because the players that they have now, the youngsters are doing great. They're so brilliant, but I don't know. Something is missing when it comes to England. But overall, the tournament is very interesting. It's great seeing Paul Pogba doing so amazing in the tournament. For me, he's the standout player of the tournament so far. He's really coming to the party. He's raising his hand. So yeah, this competition is very interesting. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next coming few days.
I must say, I'm very impressed with Ngalo Kante. You know, he has proven that he was underrated. I can tell you now, Ngalo Kante is the best central midfielder today in the world. You know, box to box, either way, attacking and defending. He's a brilliant player. I don't know. Jackie, what's your take?
Hey, my brother, I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo. He was good. He scored 5 goals throughout the tournament. And I've seen the Belgians. Wow. Lukaku and his crew. Damn good indeed. I've seen the French. Hey, my brother, it's going to be a big one. The French versus the Germans. It's going to be a big one. There's this number 10 from Croatia as well. Unbelievable. He's scoring goals just forgotten the name of the player, but he's scoring beautiful goals as well. Yeah, and generally speaking, the standard in terms of the Europe, it's very interesting. It's very high indeed. And then the football there is interesting. I like the fact that you mentioned the player number 12, which is the fans. They are bringing a big difference. If it can happen like this during the final of the Champions League, I definitely going to see something very special. So really, I'm also enjoying this the Euros. It's like you're watching the World Cup, my brother. So it's unfortunate that the Netherlands are out. So we will see what's going to happen. But anyway, wishing all the teams that are left some success in the future. We're looking forward to watch those games. I was just hurt when I saw Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the tournament as the defending champion. So they were knocked out. So there's nothing that we can say. That's the name of the game.
But on the other hand, they were knocked out by the best team. Belgium was doing well. The Hazard brothers, you know what?
Without any doubt.
They were doing, you know, Lukaku. You know what? The guy can shield the ball. The guy can, you know what? He's got strength. You know,
Manchester must be regretting there.
You know, De Bruyne. You know, Belgium, they've come of age. But what worried me, or what worries me, is I saw Eden Hazard with the hamstring again. I don't know whether should I say Eden Hazard is done and dusted. I don't know whether should I classify Eden Hazard and Gareth Bale in the same class, that these are the players used to be. They could not reach their potential, you know, and because they seems to be the same play, the same with what is his name again? I'm worried he's getting there. He's getting towards that group. Usman Dembele. Usman Dembele. And Mtiti is already in the same class. They used to be, you know. We had hopes with Eden Hazard, and we are told that even Madrid are now contemplating of putting him on sale. And I don't know who's going to buy Eden Hazard. Is either going back to Chelsea? Where is he going to play? Because Chelsea got youngsters who are really, really hungry, doing extremely well. And then Gareth Bale, is he still going to play? Because
I don't think so.
I heard they said when they were asking him about his future, he stormed out of the interview. Why did he do that? I'm not sure. Japan, you wanted to say something when I say, I don't know whether these guys, they belong to a club of used to be.
Yeah, as the players, it's very sad when it comes to Eden Hazard. But I feel like he has taken so many knocks as a player, you know. Probably maybe those knocks are catching up with him right now. Hence why so many injuries are starting to come in place. And yeah, it's really tough for him. And you know, the most sad thing is there's so many youngsters who are coming up right now, and you can't even think about Eden Hazard anymore, because these youngsters are they're just on fire lately. So it's too early to say that he's an has been, but yeah, his time actually for now it's coming to an end. Personally, these youngsters are just on some level at the moment, so it's very hard for even Gareth Bale to pick up his form. So it's up to them personally.
I'll give you an example. We used to have Jomo Sono in this country, who never had many injuries in his career. Jomo had one of the biggest injury, the one that he got in America, which made him to be so big. But after a long time. Not only that, how many times did Dr. Kumalo had serious injuries? How many times Teenage Lala had serious injuries? How many times Asin Sulen had serious injuries? The past decade that Arthur Zane was at Kaiser Chiefs, how many times had Arthur Zane had serious injuries? How many times had Cristiano Ronaldo had injuries? How many times Messi had a serious injury? That sidelining. I don't know. Are we going to say, are we going to attribute these injuries to lack of discipline in terms of the way you eat and how you train? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not a football coach. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a guy who's a physio. I'm wondering why Ronaldo, for such a long time, when he gets injured, he recovers quickly. The same with Lionel Messi. I don't know. I want to hear what's your take. Can this be attributed that these guys are training well, are eating well?
It goes
with Jomo Sono. The last time I was checking, while he was playing, he was not drinking, he was not smoking. He was an ardent trainer, somebody who was training hard. Lionel Messi trains hard. Cristiano Ronaldo trains hard. So I don't know whether I should attribute that. And then with Osman Dembele, we know they said he was not eating well. And then he was not training well. I don't know. I'm just asking, guys. What's your take?
Look, the physique, it has to do with the type of food that you're eating, obviously. So, but we don't know after our players, or after these players, after they're no longer playing professional football, you never know what is happening with them. If you look at the original Ronaldo from Brazil, if you compare him now with 10 years ago or 15 years ago, it's two different persons altogether. So I think even the lifestyle, it contributes to this kind of a problem. The nutrition that they are also taking, it's contributing towards that. I think it needs that kind of advice from the dietitians, how to eat healthy, and then how to drink whatever healthy. The lifestyle itself, it contributes to that.
Your brother-in-law, Jerry Kosan, how many times has he got serious injuries? That sidelining for too long. Not much.
Not much.
Maybe you need to ask why. Why were you not getting injured? Why are this?
He says, I once asked him. He says that he's training very hard, and that's true. Every day he's training very hard. He's fit, that man. He can still play football. He's fit.
All right. So I don't know. I'm just asking because I'm really worried. Eden Hazard, what's happening? Gareth Bale. You know, Gareth Bale has been struggling with injuries as long as I can remember. Ever since he went to Madrid, Gareth Bale became something else. I don't know whether, because at some point, I know they said Zidane was complaining that Gareth Bale spent too much time playing golf instead of playing. So, I don't know, maybe it's an eye-opener. Guys, it was that in passing. Enjoy the Euro. Who's going to win the Euro quickly, Jackie?
Portugal. Sorry, I want to say Belgium.
Initially, what did you say? Were you still in Belgium?
Initially, it was Portugal. Yeah. Now it's going to be Belgium.
Okay. Last ball?
I'm still with the French, our Africans.
Okay. I don't know. Watch the Germans. I'll keep on reminding you. Watch the Germans. But don't rule out the Spanish. But watch the Germans. They've proven over and over again that you know, they are a team to watch all the time. Thank you very much, guys. We didn't touch on the Copa America. I know on the Copa we did spoke that Brazil, I think they've already qualified, and then including Argentina, they've already qualified. But we go to the nice one, the Messi Special, guys. The Messi Special.
ثم الآن عنده فرصة ليسجل هدف رابع. ميسي يلعب كرة. ايش هذا يا برشلونة؟ شيء غير عادي يا بارسا، حتى في ركلة جزاء شيء مختلف. يا إلهي، هذا كلام كبير يا برشلونة. شوف ركلة الجزاء، ميسي يخدع الكل، يخدع العالم، يخدع العالم. لا يسدد ركلة الجزاء، يمررها إلى سواريز. قانونية وهدف صحيح. برشلونة.
Guys, you know, today I want to share something regarding the Messi Special. I want to share this. Can you see this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
Now, this is Messi, you know, at his young age. He won something at this age. All right. And then this guy is followed by trophies, even today. All right. Now, let's also check. I want also to check around the issue of humility. This guy, can you see this one?
Yes.
Yes, yes, you can.
You can?
Yes,
yes, sir.
Listen to this. He fouled a player, Alfonso Davis, 2020. But listen to this guy. He said, he fouled me. Then he held me up. Then he said, that picture will stay with me for the rest of my life. And he has framed that picture. Because he never expected that. The best guy in the world to help him up. He fouled him. But what did he do? He helped him up. That's Lionel Messi for you. I want to share something again as far as Lionel Messi. There is something that I want to share, which I seems not to see now, but let me try to get it for you. I'll try to get it for you. Let's see. Okay, okay. There's something that I want to share, which is very interesting, which I found it very interesting. This one. Okay. Have you noticed that all the time when immediately after he scores, this is how he celebrates? Have you noticed that?
Yes.
You know why he celebrates like that? He is paying. He's paying
tribute to his
grand,
mom, yeah.
grandma.
Or his granny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because the grandmother is the one who bought him the soccer boot.
Oh, sure.
Grandmother is the one who makes sure that he joins a soccer team. So he says when the grandmom has passed on, now when he celebrates like this, he just wish that she was still alive and see what she did to him. The grandmom is the one who convinced him to play football. He's the one who made it a point that he always go and train and bought him the soccer boot. Not even his father, not even his mom. So that is this celebration. That is why he celebrates like this all the time. Can you see that?
Okay.
Now that's the humility of Lionel Messi. And I wanted to share this because I've picked up that the French coach is complaining about Mbappe. He says Mbappe is arrogant. A lot of people are starting to complain about Mbappe. And I'm worried because Mbappe is still very young. I just hope that if people are starting to complain, like your coach in the national squad, saying fame is going to your head, you need to start waking up. I don't know what's your take. Because guys, I didn't share that humility for the sake of sharing. All of us need to learn. You know, Messi is so humble, guys. No arrogance at all. All the time when they ask him, who's the best player, he always says, I don't want to talk about myself. I rather allow people to talk about me. And then when they ask him about Ronaldo, he said that Ronaldo is the best player in the world. We'll never see such a player for many, many years to come. He doesn't say he's the best player, but I'm better than him. You get it? That's humility. And if you follow Messi's history, you know, remember, I don't know whether I told you the story of Philip Coutinho.
No.
Philip Coutinho said, he went to Suarez and said, hey man, I want to go to lunch with this guy. Can you make it possible? Then he said they went to lunch. Then Suarez said, no, this guy is an easygoing guy, man. It's easy. Then they went. Then when they arrived at the lunch, Coutinho said, we're eating, we're laughing. This guy was so simple. He said, when I went back home, I didn't sleep that night. I was chatting to my wife that, you know what? I was having lunch with Lionel Messi. And the guy is so simple. We're cracking jokes and so on. You know what was puzzling? Philip Coutinho trains with him every day. Every day, you know? You know, if it was me and you, Jake, saying that, it would be understandable. But this guy sees him every afternoon. And they say he's a man of less words. He doesn't talk. He talks when he's closer to you. Like Suarez, he talks. Very few players does he talks. Remember at some point, Griezmann was complaining that this guy doesn't talk. And then they told him that this guy, that's how he is. You'll talk if very, very close. Are you sleeping, Jakey? Okay, all right. So I'm sharing that, guys, so that all of us in our corners, no matter what, no matter we know that we know things, we need to stay humble. Sepa?
No, you very honest. That's very true, Mr. Shabalala. We always say, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, with so much accolades that are surrounding them and the talent that's there, they've been doing this for the past 15 years. But for them not to drop the standard for 15 years and still remain at the top, being humble. There's less scandals about them, They're always on the good books. The only time they're on the bad books is when maybe Barcelona didn't deliver in terms of points or a game, or Argentina didn't deliver, then the blame is on Messi. Same applies to Ronaldo at Madrid or his international team, Portugal. So these players are really leading by example. I always say that they are leaders, it's very rare to get such players who are still playing but remain humble with so much accolades surrounding them. Very few people can actually remain humble. Very few. That's why it scares me also the Mbappe issue. It's very worrying because he's just 22 and he still has so many years ahead of him. So I also get worried, what's going to happen in the next 3 years of his career, because he still has time. He blew up while he was still young. So yeah, I really hope the players don't drop the ball. I really hope that they don't drop the ball and they can learn from Messi and Ronaldo.
Well, here at home, I know the players that I know. Arthur's one is very humble. I don't know whether because I know him personally. He's very humble, very humble. Arthur used to come to my place here, and then we sit down and talk. Very humble, very humble. But let us be honest. Ronaldo, I don't know whether should I call it arrogancy or assertive. I don't know. Ronaldo, whenever they ask him, to say, I'm the best all the time. So for me, it's like he's not sure who's really the best. When they ask who's the best, he'll continue to say, I'm the best. I don't see humility there in Ronaldo. But maybe it's his style, his style is being... but me, when I analyze it, I say, he's not sure. He wants to assure himself that he's number one. So that is why he says, I'm the best all the time. With Messi is the opposite. We need to be honest. And even here in the country, we used to have that. Jomo used to go out and say, I'm the best, as compared to Ace Ntsoelenga. Ace Ntsoelenga wouldn't talk much, all right? So Jomo would say, I'm the best, but unfortunately, Jomo was really the best. But he was, I don't know whether it's assertiveness or aggressiveness, aggression. So Ronaldo, we need to be honest. That's how he talk. He'll always say, I'm the best. And see him if the player didn't pass him a ball. Have you seen how Ronaldo loses it? And it's wrong. Yeah. It's really, really wrong. It's like these other players, what are they doing? Why they don't pass me? We need not to sugarcoat it. He's a good player, make no mistake. But he's got that level of arrogance in him. That's me. If I'm wrong, tell me. Okay, guys, that was part of the Messi special. I wanted to talk about Messi's humility. Jackie, I don't know whether you want to say something.
No, my brother, all I can say is the fact that, players like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, they've achieved a lot in life. And I don't think that it's maybe being self-centered or anything like that in terms of Cristiano. When he says, he reminds me of the late Muhammad Ali. He used to say, I'm the best. So sometimes it's that that self-confidence that you've got. You want to portray wherever you go. But you know what? Other people are outspoken. Others, they don't talk. You just see actions. A person like Messi, very humble, somebody down to earth, achieved almost everything. But his attitude, He's still down there. He doesn't change. So, you know, it's different types of personalities, but we've got different ways of portraying that in public. You know, we will always differ in terms of that. But I respect all the guys who are still able to handle fame the way they are handling it, and that to make sure that they inspire other people. And then when they go out there, if somebody comes and say to you, and I envy you because of your achievements, just say, don't envy me, but let me be an exemplary. You know, it's good like that, unlike saying I envy you or anything like that. No. So I always respect such people who are down to earth, and then who are exercising that humility everywhere they go.
And then I'll tell you one thing, while we are still there, remember Neymar? Neymar has clapped Samuedo at the training ground, has clapped another player at Brazil training ground, very much arrogant. Neymar is a good player, but I think for him going in Barcelona, you know, tamed him a little bit. You know, he slowed down from that arrogancy. I don't know whether it's because he was respecting Messi, and then he became a better player. But he has that element of being arrogant and, you know, well, maybe that's time. And I wish Neymar wins Ballon d'Or at some point, you know. And I wish this one can still win Mbappe because he's still very young. I'm worried about Neymar because looking at his age now, very soon, how old is he now? He's 29 now. Very soon he'll be 30. So I wish he takes one Ballon d'Or at some point. That's what I wish. Okay. Thank you, guys. It was nice. I really enjoyed this show. And we are the only show that does the Messi Special. Maybe we want to hear other people doing the Ronaldo Special. That would be nice.
Mr. Dow, before you go, my brother, I just want to say to my fellow Pagania there, you know who I'm talking about, ne?
Yeah.
Mkhotsi, I'm still there, my man. Don't disappear so much. You must come back. Let's talk on the show. He knows himself. He's a Pagania.
No, but he was sick. He was sick.
Oh, he was sick, ne?
Yeah, he was sick. He was sick. Fraser Gekan.
No, I understand.
He was sick.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys, for continuing to subscribe. Please continue. I see the number is increasing. Thank you.
Peace.